The Salt Lake Chamber's Utah Jobs Agenda is a plan to create 150,000 jobs over the next 5 years, with a key component being the goal to double exports again, just as we have over the past 5 years. The U.S. Commerce Department has a goal to double exports over that same 5-year period of time, with an effort to create 2 million jobs. To discuss our progress as a state and as a nation, joining us today is Dr. Rebecca Blank. She serves as Acting Deputy Secretary of Commerce and Undersecretary for Economic Affairs. Dr. Blank, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here, Marty.
Well, I guess we start here. You have a lofty goal at the federal level set by the president, and we have a lofty goal here in the state set by the business community and supported by the governor and others. So how are we doing? How are we coming along?
Yeah, the National Export Initiative is a goal to double exports between 2010 and 2015, and we are on target at this point. Exports have been growing very well, particularly over the last 6 months. We've seen some very rapid export growth. We're actually setting all-time records in exports now for the last couple of months. So things look good at the moment.
And things look fairly good here in Utah as well. We've got a growing economy. We're adding jobs. What have you learned about Utah during your brief visit here that maybe you didn't know beforehand?
So I've been asking everybody, what's the secret of Utah's success? You folks have obviously really been effective at growing exports and haven't been quite as badly hit by this recession, perhaps, or you're coming out of it more rapidly than many other places. And I've really been struck by a number of the answers, both how everyone says once you come here, you'll never leave. You know, great place to live, to raise a family. The extent to which people are, you've got a lot of people here who are bilingual, who know some foreign languages, and the extent to which Utah, and Salt Lake City in particular, sits at the middle of both rail and airplane and highway routes as well, which really gives you some natural advantages for exporting.
We'll create a lot of jobs as we create more exports, that's for sure, but the 2 million is a pretty high number. It will take more than just exports to get us there. Where are some other areas of focus from the federal level where we're trying to create those jobs?
Yeah. So President Obama is obviously very concerned about recovery from this whole recession, making sure that Americans are employed. Everyone who wants a job can find a job. The National Export Initiative is one piece of this. The free trade agreements are a piece of this, and there are a number of free trade agreements. The largest one will be that negotiated with South Korea that we are hoping the Congress is going to pass this coming summer, which will help economic growth and jobs in a number of ways. Within the Department of Commerce, we're working on reforms to the patent system, which is really important in terms of people generating innovation and then protecting the intellectual property that their ideas create. The Patent Office has been using last century's technologies and processes for too long. It's got a backlog. It takes too long to approve a patent, and we're really working to improve those processes. So, a whole round focus on a variety of different aspects of places where the federal government can help grease the wheels of business, get America moving again.
You hit one of those buzzwords, innovation. I'm curious, we hear about innovation in health IT, we hear about innovation in energy, that it's essential to our economic growth. So are we innovating? Are we doing it, or is it just one of those buzzwords?
One of the real historical benefits, strengths of the United States has been that we are a country that has both generates entrepreneurship, gives people who have good ideas to start jobs, and there are lots of people out there with good ideas. Some of this is because we have historically had a more educated population than many other countries. Some of it's because I think we have a business environment that really encourages people to try things out and start new businesses. So innovation ends up being very important. In a global economy, which we are increasingly in, the United States has got to maintain its lead as the most innovative nation in the world in order to retain its competitive advantages. So I'm very concerned, both in terms of education, in terms of infrastructure, such as how do we deal with patent and trademark? What are we doing to make sure that America stays as innovative as it has been in the past and keeps that competitive edge?
Dr. Blank, thank you very much for taking some time with us today.
Thank you, Marty.
Dr. Rebecca Blank, she is the Acting Deputy Secretary of Commerce and Undersecretary for Economic Affairs.